Good morning, GLE3. Today, we are looking at solving multiplication problems. This is lesson 3 in your workbook, and it can be found on page 24. All right, in our workbook, it discusses 2 different strategies we can use to solve multiplication problems. The first strategy it talks about is making a drawing and then writing an equation. The second strategy is making a model and then writing an equation. I'm going to have a look at example 2 with you, but we will talk a little bit about example 1 and how it might look different when we're drawing a picture. So, Lisa has a group of square tiles. She has 2 rows of tiles. Each row has 4 tiles. How many total tiles does Lisa have? So, the first thing that you want to do is you want to make a model. Now, as I mentioned in the first example, you could draw a picture instead. So the first example, we're talking about rows of trees. So it makes sense to draw rows of trees. When we're thinking about tiles though, I think a model is better. Because when you think about how tiles are laid, they look like an array. They look like a model. So let's use that. So, what I have done is I have drawn a rectangle to represent the tiles. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my rectangle into 2 equal rows with 4 squares in each. So I've divided it into 2 rows, and then I've divided it into 2 rows with 4 squares in each. And then what I can see is that the long side has 4 tiles and that the short side has 2 tiles. And I can use this model to write my equation. So I can see that 4 is the number of rows the number of tiles in each row. So 4 times 2, 2 being the number of rows of tiles, equals 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 tiles total. All right, so that is one way that I can solve problems with multiplication.